Hey, this is Zach here, up here in Hickory, North Carolina. I've been playing guitar now for about 23 years. Started at the young age of about 6 years old when my dad handed me actually this very guitar here, which was one that he had had for years, and gradually started teaching me chords and progressions and things like that, starting out with folk and blues. And from there, just from a few lessons from him, I just kind of took off and largely self-taught. Took lessons for a little while, but gradually I started just kind of learning by ear from guys like, starting out like Stevie Ray Vaughan, and before that Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin was one of my favorite bands for a long time. Later on, getting into things like Yngwie Malmsteen and Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, guys like that, kind of virtuoso guitar stuff, and branching from styles from blues and rock to folk and classical, and now into metal and extreme metal and things like that. So my dad initially gave me that push to start learning music, and he also learned by ear. And really, I feel like that's one of my biggest strengths and one of the things I'm most thankful for, because a lot of guys, they'll start learning, from books and, just all these technical terms and stuff like that, instead of actually just feeling out the instrument, just learning by feel and by ear and hearing things and learning how to recognize things as opposed to just reading them off of a sheet of paper. And really that touches closer to what music is about. This is a form of expression. It's not a science. It's not it's not something that should feel like a school lesson, sitting in a classroom with a book and a sheet of paper, writing down things like that. Music is something that you feel inwardly and express outwardly. And I like to, in my own lessons now, these days, I like to incorporate that into my teaching.